Hey guy, welcome back. Now we have 12 fastest selling firearms in America for 2025. If you've set foot in a gun shop lately, you've probably seen how bare those display cases are getting. Folks are snapping up guns faster than ever these days, and it's not just for show. There are some real standouts on the market that everybody wants to get their hands on. This year, we're zeroing in on the 12 fastest selling firearms across America for 2025. These are the rifles, shotguns, and pistols that are practically walking out the door on their own. Now, what's making these guns so popular? For some, it's all the new gadgets and upgrade stuff like optics, ready slides, or adjustable stocks that make shooting easier and more fun. For others, it's the tried and true reputation these models have built up over the years. And let's not forget good old word of mouth, which still goes a long way in small towns and big cities alike. Whether you're after reliability, cutting-edge features, or just something your buddy swears by, these firearms are setting the pace for everyone else. So let's roll up our sleeves and take a look at which guns are topping the charts this year. You might just spot your next favorite in the mix. Ruger Super Blackhawk .44 Magnum. Now, if you're looking for something that really packs a punch, the Ruger Super Blackhawk chambered in .44 Magnum is tough to beat. This wheel gun has been a mainstay in the revolver world for good reason. With its stainless steel frame and barrel, it brings together that rugged old West look folks love with a kind of solid, modern build you can count on when it matters. One thing that stands out right away is the classic Western grip. It's shaped so natural that as soon as you wrap your hand around it, you just know where to point. There's a reason people say it's one of the easiest pointing handguns ever made. It just feels right the second you pick it up. Ruger didn't cut corners on safety either. The Super Blackhawk has a transfer bar system and a loading gate interlock, which means it's got extra layers of protection against accidental firing. That's a big deal, especially when you're dealing with a round as powerful as the .44 Magnum. And speaking of power, this revolver doesn't just shoot full-bore .44 Magnum rounds. If you want to take it a bit easier, it'll also handle 44 special cartridges, which are great for practice or when you want a gentler recoil. Take a look at the barrel. It's a cold hammer-forged 10.5-inch beauty. Ruger's special forging process gives you sharp, clean rifling that helps this revolver shoot straight and hold up for the long haul. Pair that with an adjustable rear sight and a ramp up front, and you've got a setup that's easy to dial in for whatever load you're shooting. Now, at 55 ounces, this revolver isn't something you're going to tuck into your waistband for everyday carry. But that extra heft really soaks up the recoil when you're sending those heavy Magnum rounds downrange, making it a lot more comfortable to shoot than you might expect. With a price tag sitting right around $850, the Super Blackhawk is more than just a gun. It's a piece of craftsmanship that'll run strong for decades. Take care of it, and you'll likely be handing it down to your kids or grandkids someday. It's a true investment, both for performance and for the memories you'll make with it out in the field or at the range. Glock 19. You just can't talk about the best-selling guns in America without tipping your hat to the Glock 19. This 9mm legend has earned its stripes with everyone from law enforcement and military to the average Joe looking for a solid home defense or everyday carry piece. It's that rare breed that fits just right, not too big and not too small, making it a true jack of all trades when it comes to handguns. Let's break it down a little. The standard magazine holds 15 rounds, but if you feel like you need more, you can swap in a bigger mag and go all the way up to 33 rounds. The trigger pull is set at just about 28 newtons, giving you a nice, consistent shot every time. Weighing in at just under 1.5 pounds empty, it won't drag you down, whether it's riding in a holster or tucked in your truck. But numbers only tell part of the story. What really keeps the Glock 19 at the top year after year is its reputation for going bang every single time you pull the trigger. No matter what kind of dust, grit, or weather you throw at it, folks around here will tell you it's about as dependable as sunrise. Plus, there's a whole world of upgrades, holsters, and gadgets made just for this pistol, so you can deck it out any way you like. Safety's baked right into the design with Glock's Safe Action setup, giving you 3 separate safeties working together so you don't have to worry about accidental discharges. Field stripping the Glock 19 is a breeze, no fancy tools required. Just pull it apart and you're cleaning in no time flat. Sure, there are other pistols out there with a fancier trigger or a bit more flash, but nothing matches the real-world track record of the G19. This pistol set the standard with its tough, lightweight polymer frame, and everybody else has been playing catch-up ever since. At about $600, the Glock 19 is what folks around here call a sure bet. If you ask most gun owners what handgun they'd pick if they could only have one, chances are this is the one they'd grab. It's tough, simple, and works every time exactly what you want, whether you're protecting your home, heading out on the trail, or just looking for peace of mind. Taurus G3C. Sliding into spot number 7, we've got the Taurus G3C compact 9mm that's turned a lot of heads for folks wanting solid performance without emptying their wallets. This pistol is living proof that you don't have to spend a fortune to get a gun that'll work hard and hold up under real-world use. The frame is made from tough polymer, which keeps things light right around 22 ounces empty, so it's easy to carry, but still tough enough to take a beating whether you're on the job or just hauling it around for peace of mind. Now, what really sets the G3C apart from other pistols in this price range is its trigger system. It's got a single action trigger, but with a twist, if you ever hit a dud round, you can pull the trigger again for a second strike without having to rack the slide. That's a rare feature on a budget pistol and can be a real lifesaver if you ever run into a stubborn primer when it counts. Taurus also throws in 3 magazines right in the box, so you've got spares for range days or just to keep in rotation. No need to run out and buy extras right away. The slide is coated with tenifer, which is a fancy way of saying it's tough as nails and shrugs off rust and scratches about as well as pistols that cost twice as much. You'll find serrations at both the front and back of the slide, making it easy to rack or check the chamber, even if your hands are sweaty or you're wearing gloves. Safety hasn't been overlooked either. The G3C comes with a loaded chamber indicator, a manual thumb safety, striker block, and a trigger safety, all working together to help prevent accidents without slowing you down when you need to draw fast. But maybe the best part of all is the price. This pistol rings up at just $240. That's a steal for everything you're getting. The 3.2-inch barrel makes it easy to conceal, but still long enough to get good performance out of your ammo. And with a 12+1 capacity, you've got more than enough rounds on tap for self-defense. All in all, whether you're new to shooting, working with a tight budget, or just want a dependable backup, the Taurus G3C proves you can get solid reliability and features without spending a pile of money. It's a great reminder that good guns don't have to come with a sky-high price tag. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Blue. Right at the halfway mark on our list, the Smith & Wesson M&P Shield Plus Performance Center Edition shows just how much you can pack into a concealed carry pistol these days. This pistol is a fresh take on the ever-popular Shield line, fixing past gripes and rolling in some slick competition-style upgrades, all while keeping things light and easy to carry. The standout feature here is the Carry Comp system, which uses PowerPort technology. This setup directs gas upward every time you squeeze the trigger, which takes a big bite out of muzzle rise and felt recoil. That means your follow-up shots stay quick and on target, something that really matters if you ever find yourself in a defensive spot. Another smart design touch, the sight cut directs those gases away from your optics, so your sight picture stays clean even when you're firing fast and hard. With a 4-inch barrel, you get a real nice balance between hiding the pistol under your shirt and still getting good punch out of your ammo. The trigger is flat-faced and tuned up by the Performance Center folks at Smith & Wesson, making for a crisp, predictable pull every time. The 10-round magazines sit flush with the grip and keep everything slim for easy, low-profile carry. Plus, the grip angle is set at 18 degrees, which just seems to point naturally for most shooters, kind of like shaking hands with an old friend. Despite all these bells and whistles, the Shield Plus keeps things comfortable at just under 22 ounces. You can carry it all day long without feeling weighed down. The stainless steel slide, finished off with a sharp-looking gray Armor Night coating, shrugs off rust and scratches, so it'll stay looking good for the long haul. At $650, the Shield Plus Performance Center Edition brings you competition-level features without making you fork out for a custom gun. For anyone wanting a concealed carry pistol that doesn't cut corners on performance, this model is winning a lot of folks over. It's the kind of gun that lets you have your cake and eat it too, packing serious upgrades without giving up comfort or concealability. Springfield Hellcat Pro. Grabbing the third spot on our list, the Springfield Hellcat Pro is a real standout for folks who want a small carry gun that doesn't skimp on firepower or handling. This 9mm striker-fired pistol is what you get when you take all the gripes about micro-compacts like low capacity or tough shooting and fix them, while still keeping things slim enough to tuck under your shirt or jacket all day. First off, this pistol sports a hammer-forged 3.7-inch barrel, squeezing every bit of power and accuracy out of your 9mm rounds. It's built to last and helps you get tight groups, even if you're reaching out a bit farther than usual. The slide has serrations on the front, top, and back, so you can get a good grip from any angle handy when you're running checks or have to clear a jam in a hurry. The sights are top-notch too. Up front, you get a high-visibility tritium and luminescent dot that jumps out at you, while the rear U-dot sight is designed for fast, no-nonsense aiming. Whether you're shooting in broad daylight or after the sun goes down, you'll have no trouble lining things up fast. What really makes the Hellcat Pro shine, though, is how much ammo it holds for its size. With a flush 15-round mag and a 17-round extended option, you're carrying nearly double what a lot of other small pistols offer, all in a package that's only 6.5 inches long and just under 5 inches tall. The grip texture is clever, too. It gives you a firm hold, but won't rub you raw if you're carrying inside your waistband all day. At $600, you're getting a pistol that's ready for a red dot sight right out of the box. So if you want to run an optic, you're good to go. For folks who want a little more peace of mind, there's a version with a manual thumb safety. But it doesn't mess with the clean, crisp trigger pull that the Hellcat's known for. Weighing just 21 ounces empty, this pistol proves you don't have to choose between carrying a lot of ammo and hiding your gun comfortably. If you're serious about everyday carry and want a pistol that delivers maximum capability in a small, easy-to-carry package, the Hellcat Pro is the one a lot of folks are comparing everything else to, and for good reason. Sig Sauer P320X5 Legion. Snagging the top spot as America's fastest-moving firearm for 2025, the Sig Sauer P320X5 Legion really shows what happens when you put cutting-edge engineering to work in a pistol. This gun brings together everything folks are asking for these days, whether you're a serious competitor, a tactical pro, or just somebody who wants the absolute best right out of the box. The biggest head-turner is that TXG grip module, a first in the gun world where SIG blends tungsten into the polymer frame. What you wind up with is a grip that weighs in like solid steel 43.5 ounces, but still gives you the flex and comfort of polymer. That extra heft makes a huge difference at the range, cutting muzzle flip by as much as half compared to regular plastic-framed guns. You'll feel it the minute you start shooting faster, follow-ups, and way easier control during those rapid-fire runs. SIG didn't stop there. The competition-focused goodies keep stacking up, like the skeletonized flat trigger that knocks up to 30% off the pull weight. That means you can shoot faster and stay on target, all without sacrificing accuracy. The solid steel guide rod comes with a 14-pound 1911-style recoil spring. And if you want to fine-tune things for your loads or match rules, there's a 12-pound spring in the box too. It's the kind of flexibility competitive shooters love. You get 3 17-round steel magazines, all with Henning Group anodized alloy base pads, so you know they'll feed smooth and hold up to a ton of use. The 5-inch bull barrel squeezes every bit of accuracy and punch from your 9mm rounds. And the Dawson precision fiber optic sights are fully adjustable, giving you a clear, fast sight picture straight from the factory. If you run red dots, the slide is already cut for SIG's Romeo 1 Pro and other popular optics. At $1,050, you're getting a pistol with custom-level features at a production pistol price. There's a removable mag well and grip weight if you want to tweak the balance, plus the Legion gray finish lets everyone know you're running one of SIG's elite models. All said, the P320X5 Legion is the go-to for folks who want a pistol that's ready for the winner's circle the moment you open the case. Whether you're chasing trophies, heading out for work, or just want the best shooting 9mm you can buy without going full custom, this SIG keeps setting the bar higher for everyone else and doesn't look to be giving up that crown anytime soon. HK VP9 Match. Let's kick things off with the HK VP9 Match, a real gem that's made quite a name for itself among folks who spend their weekends at the range or out in the back 40 just plinking away. This pistol takes all the good stuff from the regular VP9 and cranks it up a notch, making it a true standout for anyone who likes to shoot straight and fast. Now, the first thing you'll notice is that extra long 5.5-inch barrel. It's got a special O-ring bushing that really locks things down tight, which means your shots land right where you want them. Time after time, that German engineering isn't just talk, it's the reason this thing shoots so consistently. For anybody who cares about groupings and accuracy, especially in competition, that kind of repeat performance is worth its weight in gold. Another thing that sets the VP9 Match apart is how easy it is to make it your own. The slide is already cut from the factory, so you can pop on just about any red dot sight you like, no hassle. That's a big deal for shooters who want to fine-tune their setup. And don't overlook those 20-round magazines when you're racing the clock or just don't want to reload every few minutes. Having that extra capacity is a real blessing. It can be the difference between coming out on top or falling behind during a match. Comfort is key, and the folks at HK really nailed it with the way this pistol feels in your hand. They've always been good at making guns that fit just right, but the Match version takes it even further. The trigger is set at a nice and steady 5.4 pounds, and it's got just the right amount of travel, so you know exactly when it'll break. That makes for an easy shooting, predictable experience, something both old hands and newcomers will appreciate. Price-wise, you're looking at about $750. For a 9mm that's ready for competition straight out of the box, that's a heck of a deal. You're getting pro-level features without spending the kind of money most folks would drop on a custom job. And you still get that rock-solid HK dependability that's made the VP9 line so popular with shooters all over the country. So, if you're itching to up your game without emptying your wallet, the VP9 Match is a smart bet that'll serve you well for years to come. CZ-P10C. Claiming the number 10 spot on our list is the CZ. P10C, a compact striker-fired pistol that's really struck a chord with all kinds of shooters, from first-timers to folks who've been carrying for years. Chambered in 9mm, this gun brings that famous CZ quality to a price point that's got the competition hustling just to keep up. What you'll notice first is just how light this pistol is, thanks to its fiberglass-reinforced polymer frame. It tips the scales at right around 1.5 pounds, so it's easy to tote around all day, but still tough enough to take a beating. Whether you're carrying it on your hip, tossing it in the truck, or running it through drills at the range, it holds up without missing a beat. But what really makes the P10C stand out from the crowd is its trigger. This isn't your average polymer pistol trigger. CZ went the extra mile with a double-action setup that breaks crisp and clean. With hardly any extra movement after the shot, the reset is about as positive as you'll find on a gun in this class, which means you can get back on target quick. A lot of folks, especially those new to shooting, talk about how this pistol just seems to point itself. That's no accident. CZ's been fine-tuning their grips and frames for years to make sure their guns feel like a natural extension of your hand. The sights are another bright spot, literally. They're luminescent, so you can see them easy in most lighting, without needing to rely on batteries or mess around with fiber optics. With a magazine that holds 15 rounds, you're getting plenty of firepower in a package that's still small enough for everyday carry. Whether you're out running errands or out in the sticks, safety's never an afterthought either. You get a trigger safety, a trigger bar safety, and a firing pin block, all working together to keep things safe but still ready to go at a moment's notice. What's really hard to beat, though, is the price. Sitting at about $400, the P10C might just be the best bang for your buck in today's handgun market. The fit and finish are first-rate, with tight tolerances and a level of detail you'd expect on pistols that cost a whole lot more. So, if you're searching for a reliable, accurate, and affordable pistol that doesn't cut corners, the CZ P10C is one that keeps raising the bar, and it's not showing any signs of slowing down. Sig Sauer P365. Coming in at number 8, the Sig Sauer P365 series keeps turning heads in the world of concealed carry. Folks just can't get enough of how much punch you get from such a small package. The latest AXG Legion version takes this line to a whole new level, offering up features and performance you wouldn't expect from a pistol that fits in your waistband. The first thing most folks notice is the alloy frame. It gives you that sturdy, solid feel of metal in your hand, kind of like the old school pistols, but the weight stays manageable. right around 26 ounces fully loaded. That's still light enough to carry all day without dragging you down, but it soaks up recoil real nice. Now, the big game changer here is the built-in compensator. It's got a 2-port expansion chamber up at the front end, and let me tell you, that really cuts down on the kick and muzzle jump. When you're sending rounds downrange fast, you'll find it's a whole lot easier to keep your sights on target for those follow-up shots. That's a big plus whether you're practicing at the range or, heaven forbid, need it in a pinch. The slide comes ready to take a micro red dot sight, which is getting more and more popular these days. Still, if you want to keep things simple, the X-Ray 3 sights work great, both during the day and at night, no batteries or fuss. The trigger is flat-faced and striker-fired, giving you a crisp break and a quick reset so you can shoot accurately, no matter your experience level. But the feature that really makes jaws drop is the magazine capacity. You get 3 steel mags, each holding 17 rounds. That's a whole lot of firepower for a pistol this size, something you just didn't see a few years back. Plus, even though it's so small, the P365AXG Legion has a full-length 1913 Picatinny rail under the barrel, so you can slap on lights or lasers without any trouble. With a price tag of $590, you're getting a premium pistol without breaking the bank. The carbon steel barrel is built for accuracy, and the custom G10 grips give you a solid hold. Even if your hands get sweaty or you're wearing gloves, and that Legion Gray Cerakote finish, not only does it give the gun a sharp look, but it also stands up tough against rust and everyday wear. All in all, if you're hunting for a top-notch concealed carry pistol that doesn't cut corners on features, capacity, or performance, the P365AXG Legion is leading the way. Competitors are still trying to catch up, but for now, this SIG is setting the bar sky high. CZ75 Compact. Landing in 6th place, the CZ75 Compact is living proof that you don't have to reinvent the wheel to stay on top. Sometimes you just need to keep making a good thing even better. This pistol brings together that old-world European craftsmanship with today's advanced materials. And the result is a handgun that feels just right in your hand while running neck and neck with the latest polymer-framed models, many of which cost a good bit more. One of the biggest reasons folks keep coming back to the CZ75 is its tried-and-true single-action and double-action trigger system. In single-action mode, the trigger breaks clean at just about 20 newtons, making each shot feel crisp and easy. If you want to carry with the hammer down, the double-action pull is smooth as butter, giving you a safer way to carry without slowing you down when it's time to get to business. The grip and overall feel of this pistol deserve a special tip of the hat. A lot of shooters say the CZ75 just seems to point itself. The way the grip is shaped and the way the controls are laid out make it one of the most natural-feeling pistols out there. That kind of comfort makes all the difference when you're putting in long hours at the range or relying on it for protection. This compact version sports an aluminum alloy frame, which drops the weight down to just around 1 3/4 pounds, but still gives you that solid, confidence-inspiring heft that only a metal gun can provide. You get a 15-round magazine, so there's plenty of firepower on tap, and those luminescent sights do a fine job whether you're shooting in bright sun or low light. The rubber grips not only keep the pistol from slipping, but also soak up some of the recoil, making rapid fire and long shooting sessions a lot easier on your hands. At a price of $800, the CZ75 Compact hits that sweet spot between the bargain bin polymer pistols and the high-dollar custom guns. The fit and finish on these pistols are something else: tight tolerances, smooth slides, and an overall attention to detail that's hard to beat. Even folks who've been around guns their whole lives tend to be impressed with how well these are put together. If you're the kind of shooter who values mechanical precision, proven reliability, and the classic feel of a metal-framed handgun, the CZ75 Compact is a choice you'll be glad you made. It's got a loyal following for a reason, and more shooters are joining that crowd every single year. This pistol's a true classic that keeps earning its place in holsters and gun safes all over the country. Canik TP9 SF Elite. Coming in strong at number 4, the Canik TP9 SF Elite keeps making waves for shooters who want a lot of pistol for not a lot of money. Built by the folks over in Turkey, this compact 9mm has managed to blend comfort, competition-grade extras, and wallet-friendly pricing into a package that's put a real scare into the bigger, old-school gunmakers. Let's start with the sights, which are worth bragging about. Up front, you get a Warren tactical fiber optic sight that's super easy to pick up fast, while the rear sight is all blacked out to keep your focus right where it needs to be, on your target. The frame is just the right size, hitting that sweet spot where it's easy to hide, but still fits your hand well. Plus, with interchangeable back straps, you can tweak the grip to fit your mitts, whether you've got big paws or something smaller. The frame itself is made from tough, fiber-reinforced polymer, so the whole pistol stays light, just 28 ounces, but strong as an ox. Where the VP9 SF Elite really stands out is the trigger. It's a single-action-only setup, which means you get a light, crisp break with hardly any travel past the wall and a clear, snappy reset so you can get off quick follow-up shots. The fire control parts are nickel-plated for extra life and smoothness, so even after thousands of rounds, everything still runs slick. Both the front and back of the slide have serrations, making it easy to rack or check things out, even if your hands are slippery or you're wearing gloves. And for only $380, you get a whole kit, 2 magazines, a holster, a loader, and a cleaning kit, all come in the box. Depending on your mag, you're looking at 15 to 20 rounds of capacity, which is plenty for just about any use. The 4.07-inch barrel is long enough to get solid accuracy and good speed out of your ammo, without making the gun bulky. All told, if you've been wanting the kind of features you usually only find on custom pistols or the pricey models, but you don't want to spend a fortune, the Kodak VP9 SF Elite is a game-changer. It keeps proving that you can get top-notch quality, great shooting, and all the right extras without breaking the bank. Wilson Combat SFX9. Coming in as our well-deserved runner-up, the Wilson Combat SFX9 shows exactly why high-end. Custom pistols inspired by the classic 1911 design are still holding their own, even with today's market full of polymer wonders. This pistol is a true work of art, blending old-school craftsmanship with the latest materials and smart engineering. If you're the kind of shooter who wants something built to last a lifetime and then some, the SFX9 is sure to turn your head. Start with the 5-inch bushing barrel, which stretches out your sight radius and gives you the kind of velocity you'd expect from a full-size 1911. But instead of the usual heavy frame, Wilson Combat uses T670/75 aluminum for the grip, keeping the weight down so it's easy to carry but still feels rock solid when you shoot. That gives you a balance and steadiness you just can't match with plastic. The XTAC tread pattern on the grip is another smart touch. It gives you all the control you need, but without the harsh bite you get from super aggressive checkering, so your hands stay comfortable even during long shooting sessions. What really sets the SFX9 apart, though, is the reliability system Wilson Combat built just for this gun. It's fine-tuned for 9mm, and it keeps running smooth through all kinds of ammo, even if you haven't cleaned or oiled it in a while. The magazines holding 15 or 18 rounds, depending on your setup, were designed with mech GAR and built specifically to feed 9mm without a hiccup, giving you the peace of mind that every round will cycle just like it should. Now, the price is nothing to sneeze at. We're talking $3,250. But what you're paying for is more than just a gun. You're getting hand-fitted, top-quality parts with Wilson's famous 1-inch accuracy guarantee at 25 yards. The trigger is sharp and clean, breaking between 3.5 and 4.5 pounds. And the fiber optic front sight makes lining up your shot a breeze. The fluted chamber adds another touch of custom quality, helping with reliability and ease of cleaning. For shooters who want the best of the best, a pistol that's as reliable and accurate as it is beautiful, the Wilson Combat SFX9 stands tall. It's not just a gun, it's an investment in a piece you'll be proud to pass down, with performance and craftsmanship that justify every penny. This pistol is a shining example of what happens when tradition meets innovation and why it remains one of the most sought-after firearms out there today. Thanks for following along with our rundown of the top-selling firearms for 2025. We'd love to hear from you. Which of these bestsellers do you already have in your safe? Or which ones are you eyeing for your next purchase? Drop us a line in the comments and let us know your thoughts or share your own favorites. If you enjoyed this list, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on more straight-shooting gun talk and reviews down the road. Until next time, keep it safe, keep it responsible, and happy shooting out there.